I think there's just different levels of truth, and I think there's different angles of truth. You know, again, if I shoot, and I'm looking directly at the camera now, but if I'm here, I tell a different story. And you know, the camera has a way to express those things, and you know, filmmakers have a way to say, "Oh, look at this! I'm telling you what to look at or what not to look at." You know, in our film, we chose not to show the tape; we just hear it. And you know, in Dunkirk, you see a movie with one of the greatest war movies ever made. You don't see any blood in the entire film. And so these are choices. These are choices that directors make in order to have you re-engage or engage with a subject matter that they feel is important. These are the things, but it doesn't mean that it's any less truthful. It's their truth. You know, this was my truth, you know, and I hope people, you know, take it for what that's worth. You know what I mean? It's not the only story. It's only part of the story. I only had 25 minutes to explore each character. You know, I hope, you know, if I have TV, I have 10 hours. You know, so, you know, this is one small story that hopefully will light a little bit of a fire, and say this is truth that I haven't seen before, a story I haven't seen before, and I can engage with the subject matter in a way that I haven't seen it. Again, I don't think that cinema is not. I think cinema is all various forms of truth. It's just how much and how far you're willing to sort of take it.
It's cold over there. Baby, let's get it.
There's nothing better to do on a Monday night.
Sir, just step back, please. I'm back. All right, sir. Just step back, please.
Right there. And walk right now. I'm walking home anyway. Yo, they shot him. Yo, y'all shot him.
I think there's accessibility in a way that we've never had it before. There's a way to capture things in a way that we couldn't have it before. You know, you can capture things on an iPhone that you can't capture on a regular camera, because by the time you set up and blah, 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 it's gone. You've missed the opportunity. But an iPhone, boom, you've done it. You've captured it. And so you can get so much more information so much faster. But you can also forget about it much faster. I think in creating certain imagery and creating lasting long, you know, whether it's film or television or music, you know, how do you create powerful imagery that stays with you? How do you create something that you don't forget about in 5 minutes after you've seen it? What was the name of that movie again? What was the name of? And it's gone. It's a passing thought. And I think it's important for the youth to try to find things that we can latch onto. You know, how do you create memories, I guess, you know? What are the films or what are the things that stayed with you, that left an impression? And I know for me, whether it was Do the Right Thing or La Haine or Amoros Perros or, Battle of Algiers, what are the films that stayed with me and left, you know, a scar, for better or for worse? And I think those are the films that I remember. Those are the films that I love. Those are the films that I'm, you know, obviously would love to aspire to try to get to the level of trying to make something like that. And I think the youth have that same ability now with cameras and phones and these things. And they can, you don't have to go to the movies anymore. Who knows if kids are even going to the movies? They're using Snapchat to tell stories. So whether you tell a story in 30 seconds or a minute, listen.
Cities are gonna keep burning. Kids are gonna keep getting shot.
You're under arrest.
I didn't do nothing.
And cops are gonna keep getting off. But you have a ticket out.
This film was about individuals and their lives and how do we connect with them. And I felt if we were jerking the whole time, it was what's the purpose of that? You know, what is that camera choice? Is that telling a story? So, you know, working with my DP, Patrick Scola, we came up, we wanted to find the balance between moments where we can engage in this sort of handheld, realistic moment, and then moments where we have just grace and humility. And what's the best way? And I keep using the word grace because grace is how I wanted to present the film. I wanted to, you know, present a community that you often see stereotypes of, you often see caricatures of themselves, and I didn't want that. I wanted to kind of show beautiful brown people on screen who live normal lives like everybody else and have normal problems like everybody else. And we grew up with not a lot of money, but we still had food. We still ate on plates. We still, lived normal lives. We were still happy. It wasn't necessarily about money. We had love. We had family.